The Vikings arrived in America in the 11th century. This discovery took place around the year 1000. The Vikings' arrival to America formed the first known European settlement in the world. This event is known as the Viking discovery. Scandinavian sailors reached America by sailing from Greenland. This discovery was led by the Norwegian sailor Leif Erikson. Leif Erikson is the first leader of the Vikings to set foot in America. The Vikings discovered America in order to establish settlements outside of Europe. This discovery is an indicator of the Vikings' seafaring abilities. The Vikings' arrival in America is the first recorded migration of Europeans. This journey demonstrated that the Vikings had a vast maritime network. Leif Erikson set foot in a region known as Vinland. Finland corresponds to the present-day region of Newfoundland in Canada. The Vikings began farming and transitioning to a settled life in Vinland. These early Viking settlements in America have been proven through archaeological findings in present-day Canada. Vinland is the most significant and enduring Viking settlement in America. The Vikings stayed in Vinland for approximately 10 years. During this time, trade relations were established between the Vikings and the indigenous people. During this period, conflicts also occurred between the Vikings and the natives. The Viking settlement in America gradually declined after the initial discovery. This decline was a result of various facts. Reasons for the Vikings' ability to establish a long-lasting presence in America include conflicts with the natives, climate conditions, and distance. The Vikings' attempts to settle in America came to an end in the 15th century. Approximately 500 years after the Vikings' arrival in America, Columbus' discovery made America more accessible for Europeans. The Vikings' entry to America emphasizes the significance of the discovery of the American continent. The Vikings' discovery of America had an impact on the indigenous cultures of the continent. The Viking settlement and its effects still bear traces in the cultural mosaic of America. The Vikings' arrival in America remains a mystery that archaeologists need to explore. The Vikings' arrival in America is considered a turning point in the history of discoveries. This event is considered the first step of Europeans in the discovery of America. The Vikings' arrival in America is one of the most significant sea voyages of the Middle Ages. The Vikings' discovery in America expanded the boundaries of exploration in European history. This discovery led to a redefinition of the world map by the Europeans. The Vikings' discovery is a significant event that historians and archaeologists take into consideration. The Vikings who reached America expanded the boundaries of the known world at that time. The Vikings' arrival in America increased Europe's global influence. The Viking discovery of America is one of the greatest openings of the Viking era. This discovery showcases the Viking spirit of exploration and seafaring skills. The Vikings' arrival in America has assisted historians and archaeologists in determining the Vikings' place in maritime history. Leif Erikson is the first exploration leader of the Vikings to set foot on the American continent and is an important symbol of Viking seafaring. The Vikings' arrival in America sheds light on the background of some important events in world history. The Vikings' discovery of America created a great curiosity among Europeans. This discovery pushed Europeans to seek new worlds. The Vikings' journey to America is considered one of the most significant events of the Viking era. The Vikings interacted with the indigenous people in America, and these interactions are an important subject for researchers. The Vikings' journey to America left archaeological, historical, and cultural traces belonging to the Viking era. The Vikings' arrival in America opened the doors to a new world for Europeans. The Vikings' arrival in America heralded the age of exploration for Europe. The Vikings' entry to America provided historians and researchers with the opportunity to ask new questions. The Vikings' arrival in America demonstrates the universality of Viking culture. The Vikings' arrival in America is a part of the changing world map. This discovery symbolizes the Vikings' brave steps in leaving their homes for the exploration of the world.